galera, bem-vindos a mais um episódio de Sonoridade, seguimos internacionais, e hoje temos o Forty Fingers, que são esses quatro caras que estão aqui em cima de mim, como vocês podem ver. Hoje conversou com o Manuel Grafite e com o Matheus Brente sobre essa pegada instrumental do quarteto, que é reconhecidamente um dos maiores do mundo, né? Não só da Europa, mas também do mundo. Eles cresceram muito aqui na América do Sul na época da pandemia, as pessoas tiveram muito contato com a música que eles fazem. Eles fazem versões, obviamente, de clássicos da Disney, clássicos modernos, jazz, música clássica, tudo com uma pegada de violão clássico, um violão diferente, um violão mais popular também, e com algumas inovações. A gente até sugeriu o cavaquinho no meio da conversa, vamos ver se isso vai acontecer nos shows aqui no Brasil. A turnê começa já na semana que vem, vocês veem as datas aqui na descrição. Curtam, confiram, compartilhem. Aqui em cima você acompanha entrevistas que você pode gostar, aqui embaixo também, inclusive os nossos podcasts. Clica fácil chegar onde tem que chegar com vocês. Five Fingers. So this is your first tour in Brazil. So what are your expectations?
We are really excited. We can't wait. It's our first time in Brazil. We know it's a great country. We're gonna have a great fun. We really can't wait. It's gonna be amazing.
And we can't really wait to know the people in Brazil, how they respond to the concert, to our music. So it will be a surprise for us also.
And what can you spoil about the set list? Can we expect some surprises, maybe?
Sure, we are going to play maybe some Brazilian song we are trying to do, but we don't know for the moment, and we are doing a new set list for from September on, and we will bring for the next tour, for the next fall tour, and so we start with a new set list in Brazil. So we will play for the first time some songs.
How do you construct your set list? Because I know you have some versions of classic rock music, some classical music, some movie themes, some jazz. So how do you mix everything on a set list?
It's very difficult. Matteo, yeah, it's your time. Yeah, let's go.
First of all, we like to play the songs that we love and that from artists that we admire and that we grow up listening to. We like to have a lot of fun on stage, so we like to choose the songs that we enjoy the most playing. And of course, we like to mix rock music, a lot of powerful music. You know, our concert is very different from the typical guitar concert, because when you think about guitars, you usually think about something very delicate, very soft. Instead, our concert is really powerful. It's like a rock concert. So we choose the songs also with this perspective in mind. You know, we like powerful songs.
And what is the most difficult? Is to pick a song to recreate it, or to create a song from the start and then pick this feeling and put on the recreation?
It depends. We like to stay very true to the original usually, but we also like to experiment with all the possibilities that the guitar offers. So we try to implement different techniques like finger style, finger picking, percussions, to have, as I said, a very cohesive and powerful sound. And yeah, it's really different from one song to another. So what can I say? The guitar is really, having four guitars is really different, because it's like having a small orchestra, like a string quartet. So also the arrangement can be very complex. You can create a lot of different sounds and textures. So it's really interesting for us also to experiment with this.
Emanuele?
Well, it's every time is challenging for us, because when you take, for example, a rock song, and you have to do the vocal part with the guitar, you have to feel it very on your strings. It's complicated. Every time is a challenge to do an arrangement, but we have a lot of fun, and it's for us is very very funny every time we do a new song. So we always have fun on stage, and when we arrange, and when we record. So every time is a new adventure.
I would say that the first thing for us is the emotion of the song. It's not about virtuosity. Of course, we like to do to be very precise in the arrangements, but we choose the song that we love first of all. So that's why we have a repertoire that is very different. We also play some soundtracks, for example, some orchestral music, some rock music, some I don't know, Latin music, because every style has very beautiful songs. And if we find something that inspires us, that's what we like to play.
And how do you mix the technique? Because I mean, the technique is also your technique is outstanding with the feelings. Because sometimes the musician, I'm a musician too. I'm a drummer, so
Okay.
sometimes we as a musicians must to the technique to be to appear first than the feeling. But when do you have to you know don't let the technique speak more than the feeling, and sometimes don't you have to hide the feeling and start the
Yeah.
technique joy. How do you
Yeah.
you know
It depends by the song you are playing or we are playing, because when we play, for example, a ballad, a soft ballad, we have to be very soft on the instrument, and we have to think more in a romantic way.
yeah
I don't know how to explain. And for example, when we play some difficult classical songs, or for example, we do the Star Wars medley, that is very very difficult on guitar, because it was written for strings, and replicate it on guitars is very difficult. So there is the technique, but also the expression, because you have to play melodies that are very very important. So we mix technique and feeling. So is also that is challenging for us. So every time.
yeah
Yeah.
okay
For me,
yeah
technique is really important, but for sure it's not the goal in our arrangement. Of course, you have to be, as I said, very precise and prepared to play some styles, but and also having four guitar, the problem is that everyone wants to play a lot of put a lot of stuff, and not always that is a good idea. You know, the difficult thing is to stay to not overdo it. You know, to be, sometimes you don't have to do a lot of things, and if the song has a very good melody, try to play the melody as the best as you can, but we're not trying to show off.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it really makes sense. And how do you see the instrumental music? Because for this new generation, the Generation Z, you are like a rock stars. But we have Paco de Lucia, Aldi Meola, Pat Metheny, these guys that, you know, created the road that you're paving. And for these guys, for this new generation, they're like a dinosaurs. So,
It's a new way, I think, because the new generation don't know guitarists like Paco de Lucia, for example, but we do an instrumental music that is maybe much easier for young people also, and you don't maybe. That kind of music, for example, maybe Pat Metheny and Paco de Lucia, you have to be a musician to understand it very well, or a music lover. But for the main audience, it's difficult music to understand and to listen, maybe. And so maybe we are. Um, it's easier to understand what we are doing with guitars because we play more famous songs, so we can arrive to the people in an easier way, I think.
Of course, so you have all these great guitarists and artists from the past, but we're trying to do something different. We try to be very accessible for everyone. Also, also our live shows, I would say that they are very not just for guitar lovers, but for everyone. And I think that instrumental music is really powerful for this, because it's a language. It's a language that everyone can understand. You know, we saw that it doesn't matter in which country we are playing, but the feedback, the response from the audience is always very similar, because people understand this kind of language. Of course, new generation are not used to it, and so it's also a great responsibility from us to go on with this. But maybe in the future more people will take a guitar and start learn the guitar also, thanks to what we are doing. So it's always useful, you know.
yeah.
It's difficult to explain.
It's a good explanation also.
Yeah.
And how do you see the digital music? Do you like to use AI? You don't consider using AI nowadays?
No, we don't try. We don't like to use it too much. We tried sometimes, but we like real instruments, real people, real. I personally like the imperfection in the music. So the sound of the microphone in front of a real instrument is what I'm very passionate about. And of course, AI is going to be huge for the next years. If you are, I think, in this kind of business and in this world of the music, you have to be aware of it and to know it, because it can really help to create something. But you can't rely only on AI. I think you have to be also good in playing the real instrument, the real thing.
Yeah. Manuele?
Well, I don't know. It's maybe for the music, AI is for the moment is very difficult to use for us, for our kind of music we play, because we play acoustic music, so it's difficult to put something fake in an acoustic music, So maybe we can try to use it, for example, if we do some percussions, or but recreate the sound of an acoustic guitar. For the moment is difficult, and it's also a question of I can it's difficult to explain, but we want to do we don't want to use shortcuts. How can I explain?
Fast ways to get
Fast
something.
ways. Yeah, fast ways to. So the best way is to play everything for us.
Since I talk about fast ways, what is the most shortcut for technique, like finger picking, two hands? What is the most used shortcuts?
There are not. Practice every day. No ways.
That's true.
The easiest way is always the longest way.
Yeah, exactly. Hours and hours with the metronome.
Yeah. I have a friend who likes 40 fingers, and he told me to ask about your acoustic guitars. Which one do you like? 12 strings, 6 strings?
We have many of them. I have here a lot. I don't know if you can see, but I have a lot of guitars here.
Yeah.
It's 12-string guitars, acoustic and classical guitars. I like Matons. I don't know if you know the brand, but it's Australian guitar. Was famous because of Tommy Emmanuel, and they are very great for live. Plugged it in, they sound great. And I also play sometimes electric guitar, and I'm experimenting with the rubber bridge. It's a different type of guitar, but also we have Taylors, Martins, and some luthier guitar made by some luthier. So we like to change a lot.
Yeah.
In our recording, we are using also different instruments. For example, the mandolin, the 12 strings we use in a lot of songs. The classical guitar, the banjo, and we want to in the future also we want to explore different sounds, because with 4 instruments you can do. There are a lot of words to explore, so it's very interesting work.
Yeah, if I can suggest something, I can suggest you like the what's the name? I forgot the name of what we play here, but cavaquinho.
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 Yeah. Super.
Yeah, it's a great
sound. And also, Emanuele, you played in a song, the Tres Cubano.
Tres Cubano.
Wow.
El cavaquinho is from Brazil.
Yeah.
We will try when we will be there. Yeah, maybe we buy one and we will use in some songs for the
Yeah.
future.
If you have time to you see cavaquinho, a real great cavaquinho player, Hamilton de Holanda.
Ah, Mito de Landa.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a standing player here from Brazil. And
Super.
um, you know that during the pandemic, music became like a medicine for all the world. I mean, people use music to heal the soul, heal the heart, and maybe sometimes to spend time during the pandemic when you can't go out on the street. So I know that some videos and some songs that you made also have this power in some people. So how do you see the power of your music?
Well, music is always for me is always has always been the best way to um, how can I say, to escape from the ordinary day, from the real life in some ways, and it's a good way to meditate and to feel great. um, we really hope that our music is doing the same like it does to me. um, I think that pandemic was like a terrible time, but also it gives us the opportunity to focus a lot of on playing and create new things. So we tried to take it like a chance to do something, you know. Of course, we were at home. We didn't have time to travel. It was a difficult time, but we tried to take it like um, we tried to do something in that time, you know, to
We also did,
create songs.
yeah, we also did a concert in a empty theater, and we filmed it. It was a live concert in streaming, and it was very successful. A lot of people followed us in that concert during the 2020, in December 2020. So, you know, there are difficult times in life, and but the most important thing is to take the best also when everything is very difficult. So we had the chance to of course to do a lot of recordings and to write new music. So we we had the opportunity to use the time in the best way.
Yeah. And um, talk about your music. Everybody here in Brazil became knowledge, be, gather knowledge about 40 Fingers during the pandemic. A lot of people here in Brazil,
Yeah.
the fan base
Really,
in Brazil, yeah, the fan base here in Brazil was like was nuts during those times because sometimes people that are researching music, searching for new things during the pandemic, and
Yeah,
they found you and spreading the word to the rest of the Brazilians. So it's
that's
always
great.
yeah. And do I have time for two more questions? Okay for you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. This question is a little bit tricky. If you have to choose a song, to encapsulate the entire career of 40 Fingers, which one would be and why?
only one song.
Yeah, only one song.
Yeah.
One of our arrangement,
Yeah.
maybe Bohemian Rhapsody, I would say, because it was
Yeah.
it was the song that gave us the chance to start really this journey. I think because it went very well on the internet, and from that moment, everything started for us. Let's say some more people got to know us, and we had the chance to start this playing live outside our hometown. Before that, we were playing a lot in Italy, but it was how can I say, it was that was a turning point, I would say, and also is an incredible song, and we like to do this kind of arrangements that they are very orchestral, very intricate. So Bohemian Rhapsody is a mix of a lot of different styles in one song, and so it's really challenging to play it on the guitar.
Yeah.
So I think that represents us in a good way.
Emanuele?
Well, I agree with Matteo, and also other important songs for us. Maybe another was the arrangement, for example, maybe of Sound of Silence that we did during the pandemic, and also that became viral on the internet, on Facebook. It became viral in a few days because maybe the people, as we were talking before, the people were looking for emotions to have to spend the time, and in that horrible moment. Maybe that song was something important for the emotion of the people, I think.
Answers. I like it. And if you have to choose an artist to put on a 40 Fingers album that you never did once, a new artist, if you have to choose one.
Oh,
difficult one.
Matteo, what do you think?
I would say that I would like to play with someone, not necessarily a guitarist, because we had the chance to play with some great singers, and it was really an amazing experience. So I would like to maybe play with another singer, a great one. Like I would love to play with the Sting, for example. But talking about guitarists, I love Tommy Emmanuel. I think he would be great to play some songs together. And why not also maybe some big pop artists like Bruno Mars or Ed Sheeran, you know.
Something easy.
Something really easy. If I have to dream,
Yeah, you have to do it well. I think for me, for example, I would like a lot to play with Peter Gabriel, for example, because I think his voice is unique in the world. And every time Genesis is my first, my favorite group, for example, rock group. So to me, Peter Gabriel mixed with 40 fingers could be incredible.
And Steve Hackett, maybe.
Yeah,
yeah.
Super incredible. Yeah. Another genius.
Okay. Guys, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having us.
It was an honor. Hope to see you here in Brazil.